So welcome back students. In this in this video we are going to get the answers of chapter 2, the foundation of British Empire. Let's start with the fill in the blanks. Number 1, Bombay, Madras and Calcutta developed the presidencies or the provinces of the British Empire. Number 2, a Farman or Royal Dastak issued by the Mughal Emperor Farrukh Shah exempted the British from the paying the custom duties in Bengal. Number 3, Siraj-ud-Dowla is called the last independent Nawab of Bengal. Number 4, the East India Company started fortifying Fort William without the approval of Siraj. Number 5, Robert Clive promised to make Mir Jafar the Nawab of Bengal after the overthrowing the Siraj. Number 6, Mir Jafar did not order his men to fight for Siraj-ud-Dowla in the Battle of Plassey. Number 7, using the Nawabs as puppet, the East India Company strengthened its hold over Bengal. Now match the following. Murshidabad, the capital of Bengal. Siraj-ud-Dowla, successor of Ali Wordi Khan. Betrayal by the Mir Jafar, Battle of Plassey. Robert Clive, governor of Bengal. Warren Hastings, abolition the dual system of government, and the Vasco da Gama, Portuguese navigator. Now number C, true or false. Robert Clive reconquered Calcutta from the Siraj-ud-Dowla. True. Number 2, Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II refused to grant the Diwani of Bengal, Odisha and Bihar to East India Company. False. Shah Alam II granted the Diwani rights to Bengal, Odisha, Bihar to the East India Company. Number 3, the combined armies of the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II, Awadh Nawab Shuja-ud-Dowla, Mir Qasim defeated East India Company in the Battle of Buxar. False. The combined army were defeated by East India Company. Number 4, Nawab Shuja-ud-Dowla entered into an defense alliance with the East India Company. True. Number 5, the East India Company was allowed to carry duty-free trade in Awadh. True. Number 6, the British East India Company established its first permanent factory in Surat. True. Now move to D number. Answer the following. D number, 1 number, write a short note of the Carnatic verse. Open page number 15, Carnatic verse. See, the answer is in bracket. Write the short notes on Carnatic verse. Till shattered. Second answer. Why Siraj-ud-Dowla called last independent Nawab of Bengal? Open the page number 18. Was the last independent Nawab of Bengal because he fought with the British for his rights as a sovereign ruler. List few actions of the East India Company which challenge the authority of the Nawab. See the answer number 3. The company employees misused the trade privileges granted by them by the Mughal rulers for their personal gain. Number 2, Siraj ordered the company to pay the tax like Indian merchants. The company started fortifying the Fort William without the approval of the Siraj. The East India Company officials were said to be hatching a conspiracy with some of the members of the Siraj, and they are giving shelter to the enemies of Siraj. The page number 17 for answer of number 4 answer. So the number 4 answer is the East India Company gained immediately from his defeat in the Battle of Plassey. The following are the reasons. The Bengal Nawabs who followed Siraj simply played into the hands of the East India Company. The control over Bengal gave the British access to the rich Bengal resource. They received huge monetary rewards, and the gains of the East India Company. The answer of 5 number question. The East India Company and its officials were paid a huge sum of 3 lakh crores. Especially the Robert Clive alone was paid rupees 20 lakh by Mir Jafar. The East India Company was granted the rights to free trade in the Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. Third point for 5 number answer is the Zamindari of the large area near the Kolkata, now called 24 Pargana, was given to the East India Company. Now move to the next 6. Here is the answer of number 6 question. How the company officials were misused their powers till the taxes. Here is the 7 number answer. The rivals were British and the allied forces of Mir Qasim, then Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II and Awadh Nawab Sujau-ud-Dawla. The outcome of Battle of Buxar, that the signed the Treaty of Allahabad, under which the Diwani right of the Bengal, Bihar and Odisha went in the hand of the company. And second point is, in return for the Diwani rights, the company gave Shah Alam an annual pension of rupees 26 lakhs and the districts of the Kora and Allahabad. Here is the 8 number answer. Under the Treaty of Allahabad, which was signed between the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II and the Britishers, under which Nawab Sujau-ud-Dawla accepted the districts of Kora and Allahabad, and he permitted the company to carry out the duty-free trade in Awadh. He also paid an war indemnity of rupees 15 lakh. Second point is, he entered into a defense alliance with the East India Company. Under the alliance, the company was to help the Nawab against any future attacks, and the Nawab had to maintain a British troop on his expenses. The answer number 9. How the deputy Nawab or appointment of the deputy Nawab affect the Nawab of Bengal. The company came to exercise the Nizamat functions, under which the company put this Nizam-ud-Dawla surrendered his Nizamat functions to a deputy Subedar or the deputy Nawab who was appointed by the company. The Nawab had no rights to dismiss the deputy without the company's permissions or consent, and the real power lies in the hand of the British. 10 number answer. The main features of the dual system of government. As dual system of government of Bengal was introduced by Robert Clive, the main features are here. The Bengal had two rulers, the East India Company and the Nawab. The company enjoyed the supreme power without shouldering any responsibility for the day-to-day administration. The Nawab was responsible for general administration and for the maintaining the law and order. Even the general administration, the Nawab had to put up with the interference by the deputy Nawab. Eleven number answer. The effects of the dual system of government. The people of Bengal suffered a lot under this dual system of government. The officials of the East India Company became corrupt, not entrusted with any significant administrative responsibility. The company did not bother all about the welfare of the people. Bengal was hit by the severe famine, which a third or one-third of its population died, but neither the company nor the Nawab took any steps for the welfare of the suffering people of Bengal.